Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. A little later than we had promised, but that's
Because of
because
the Birmingham rain.
yes, that's because of the Birmingham rain, which is as unpredictable as the Indian team and their performance, unfortunately. So right now I've been joined by a new member, not new member to women's cricket, but full team now in Birmingham for the
Finally.
Women's World Cup. Finally, Boryada, before I go to women's cricket and all that, you pulled a coup because his flight cancellation.
One has to give credit to Andrew and the British High Commission.
The visa.
The visa, the process, the delay, the everything. We made a plea.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was considered by the High Commission favorably in favor of Snehashish Mukherjee to get him to England. And thereafter, all of a sudden, day before yesterday, as I was leaving Glasgow, I'm told his flight from Dubai has been cancelled.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? And then they said, they've actually put him on a flight on the 11th, which lands here on the 12th. I said, not happening. Put him on the flight on the 9th and we'll see. So then they said, but whether he'll be allowed to get out in Dubai or not. So I called him and I said, what do you want to do? So he says, I will stay in the airport. I said, you stay in the airport. We'll sort you out, but come. So finally, Snehashish has landed and he looks good. But he's underdressed. He'll feel cold. So tomorrow, he'll have to get one
Yes.
more layer.
A little
Yeah.
bit more time for
A little bit more time to get prepared, of course. But
Much like the Indian team.
Yes.
They need a little bit more time to get prepared.
yes.
Oh, boy.
So I'm told that they're traveling, of course, tomorrow, and they're reaching here tomorrow evening. Around evening, they'll reach, and 12th they will be practicing. Because I also got the query, how many of us are going to attend, and I was like, all of us going to attend. So that's about it. But you had chicken biryani, and you were watching the match.
Risha got
First
chicken
thoughts.
biryani.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Fantastic start.
Bol Baba.
Yes, absolutely. Fantastic start. Tushadi arranged everything. I had that chicken biryani.
But
and
Birmingham is a place for
Yeah.
Indians.
Yes, yes.
If
And it
you
was
want
good
Indian
taste
food,
also.
no.
Yeah.
So here there is a restaurant
Okay.
which we will come to in mailbox. The dosa that you get, Rohan will be missed here.
Okay.
Yes, Rohan loves dosa.
The dosa that you get here, Shormishta is a dosa expert.
Yeah.
This dosa is better than India any day. Any day.
Okay.
The dosa in Dilse is better than India.
Okay.
And by the way, you remember Indigo, right?
Yes.
So we had a partnership with Indigo here
Okay.
during the Commonwealth. Birmingham and Rev Sports it's a partnership.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a
absolutely.
partnership.
I think I have brilliant memories of Birmingham, not only with Rev Sports. Actually, before my father passed away, the last time, like, I used to chat completely from Burlington's. When I used to come to your hotel, the entire area, I would chat with him. After that, of course.
But there is a
Yeah.
story. So we were coming back from having watched one
Oh,
of the
yes.
events.
Ah,
And for the first time, this is about 5 years back, Tesla was brand new at that point.
okay.
So there was one guy who came up and said, I'm a big fan. So I said, okay. So he said, and honestly, we were struggling to get a Uber
Because it was
11, 11:30.
yeah.
Yeah, it was around midnight. So Trisha, Shormishta, me and Abhijit Deshmukh,
Abhijit Deshmukh.
four of us. So we are struggling to get the Uber. So this guy comes up to us and says, do you want a lift? I said, yeah, I mean, he said, I'll be delighted to take you. So he gets us onto this was a center which is pretty far away where the
Yeah.
badminton is held.
Okay.
The All England is held and all of that. So he gets us to the highway and he says, this car is a automatic car. It'll drive on its own. And Trisha from the back seat is telling me, it's going at 100 kilometers an hour.
And he left it.
He left it. And
Because
the car
it was
is
automatic.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
good. And she's like, suppose something happens now, what will happen?
Shormishta
Oh,
was
boy.
more scared.
All of us.
She's like, ask him to drive it. But yeah, Birmingham and very good memory.
And Abhijit Deshmukh.
Yeah.
We came back to the hotel. I was staying at the Hyatt. Trisha was staying at Burlington's. So we came back. Abhijit Deshmukh at about midnight tells me, sir, tomorrow morning, do you want to go and watch netball? I
Yeah.
said, get out from here. It is midnight. And he's telling me 7 o'clock in the morning. Do you want to watch netball? No.
That's how madness works. But getting back to the warm-up game, yes, India lost yet another game against England.
Those two characters are going. Hello,
Aisho!
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
So, going back to the warm up game, yes, we lost, but a bright sign that Richa performed. And what we were discussing, she got time thanks to the early wickets and then just peaked at the right moment.
I think this is great signs for India. This is great signs for India. Come, 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 come. It's fine. Come and so I think this is the Richa Ghosh performance is a very good sign for India, Snehashish, because frankly there is no substitute for Richa Ghosh in the Indian team. That power that she generates, a 30 ball 60 in this team, is only possible with a Richa Ghosh. Maybe a Harmanpreet Kaur. Maybe a Harmanpreet Kaur can do that, but except a Richa Ghosh, I don't see that kind of finish from anyone. So in that sense, to really come good in the last warm-up game ahead of the Pakistan match, I think augurs very well for India. You need a top form Richa Ghosh for India to go far. Your thoughts on this?
Yes, absolutely. Even when I saw that eventually, okay, we have Aisha with us. Aisha,
So the whole Red Sports gang, Aisha, where you want to go and have the same Indian place today? By the way, Aisha also met Salman Aga and his family
nice.
because we were together. No handshake, by the way.
that's important. Yes, but coming back to the the warm up
He's also
clash.
staying in the same apartment.
Oh, okay.
He's on a
Yeah.
holiday. So.
Oh, okay. But about Richa Ghosh, I think obviously a good knock for her just before the World Cup. But as we're discussing, sir, that the more time she gets, it is good for Team India. But I think this knock will definitely give her that confidence. But moving to the playing 11 of the World Cup, it is more expected that she will come out to bat at number 5. But again, the question arises, sir, that the batting needs to be very flexible according to the condition, according to the situation, apart from the top 2 openers. Because if your opener is getting a good start, you definitely need to send someone like Richa Ghosh at number 3.
Do you reckon they are a bit rigid at the moment?
I think because in T20 format there needs to be a little bit of flexibility. I think apart from your openers, I think from number 3 you have to be very flexible according to the condition, maybe according to the opposition. Maybe I think if someone like Shefali Verma gets out, it's okay if someone like Jemimah Rodriguez comes out at bat number 3. But if someone like Smriti Mandhana gets out early, I think you can someone like Yastika Bhatia, because that right hand left hand combination could be good.
Snehaji, do you think the men's template of high risk, high reward, or go big from ball one, is it the same template now for women's T20 cricket, or is it different?
I think still now this is not same. I think if you see in most of the teams there are so much role for the anchors still now in women's cricket.
That's what I was asking.
Yes, there's so much, because if you name the players also, if you see for South Africa, Laura Ulbert is not someone like who will bat at 250, 300 strike rate, but she will bat at one end and others will chip in with a quick scores from the other end. I think that is the template that women's cricket has been following, and that has been working for them, especially for teams like South Africa and Australia. For India, I think again Smriti Mandhana needs to be there for a long time, or someone like Jemimah Rodriguez. And then players like Shefali Verma, players like Harmanpreet Kaur and Richa Ghosh needs to score quickly so that the total score can reach to that 170, 180 run mark.
See, my question is that when we are seeing the women's game, in men's cricket also, this was the kind of template till say Surya Kumar Yadav and Gautam Gambhir came together. Okay, even in the 2024 World Cup, the final was low scoring. Virat played an anchor and only then kind of exploded. India adopted this high risk, high reward under Surya and Gautam. And it was a fresh approach. You come, boom, boom, and then 200, 250, bat the opposition out. Do you think that can be done? I mean, do you think the women's team has that level of potential, or the women's team is more, because Trisha and I were discussing, the women's team is more suited for the 50-over game than the 20-over game, because this men's team is outstanding firepower in the T20 format. Does the women's team have that ability? Can they adopt that kind of a template?
I think difficult, especially for India. If you say, I think as you mentioned, in 50-over format, they were clearly one of the favorites. Even me, Trishadi, I think everyone talked about that. They are one of the favorites, especially playing that World Cup in home. And they did that. They won the World Cup. That's fine. But now playing in England in a different condition, And in this format, I think this team needs some anchors. There is no that sort of power hitters apart from, as you mentioned, Harmanpreet Kaur and Richa Ghosh. So I think apart from that, there are anchors and they need to chip in. Otherwise, it is very difficult to score around 170 also. So that is why again I am saying that role of someone like Jemima and Smriti Mandana is very very crucial for this team.
So this loss against England, you've lost the series also. Yes, I understand that you've lost by 5 runs. I understand that it's an inconsequential warm-up match, but you needed to fine-tune. Do you reckon any of this will mentally impact them, or they were like, no, we'll take heart from the Richa Ghosh form? That's a big plus for us coming in. And the weather here will stay cold, Snehashi. So on the 14th, on Sunday, it will be cold.
Yes.
It will be rain. It will be chilly, because all of the next 3 days, the prediction is for rain. So there will be water seepage maybe under the cup. It will be moist. So there will be maybe a little bit of movement. There will be a little bit of swing. And the games, remember, start at 2:30 England time. Because of the television understanding for Indian market, 7 p.m. India, 2:30 means it is not an evening start. So it's a day start for England. It will be bright and sunny even till the time 6 o'clock, 6:30, till the time the game ends. What will be your opening? The first game combination. Does rain, chill, does it kind of bring another fast bowler into the mix? Does Renuka's role become significant? What do you reckon will India go with in that match against Pakistan?
See, first of all, I think if this kind of condition we are getting in the first game, I think Renuka Singh Thakur is a very crucial player, no doubt about that. Yes. Especially with
he
that.
Got hit for 50 runs in the last over.
I know that today with the old ball she didn't do well, but I think that has been the problem.
That is the question. Should they bowl Renuka 3 to 4 in the first spell itself? Finish it off?
Definitely.
Because the Shubman Gill template of Rabada and Siraj can be and Renuka Thakur, even in that Birmingham Edgbaston match that you and I watched against Australia, she had ripped apart the Australian top order in the Commonwealth Games. Remember, she gets the ball to move. Should India try the template?
Absolutely should. And in fact, I think bowl 3 overs up top, 1 over in the middle. That's it. Finish
within 10 overs.
Yeah, within 10 overs. Death overs, it has to be either Shriyanka Patil, Nandini,
Kranti, Arundhati.
Kranti got hit last time also. Kranti's pace helps towards the end.
I was asking Snehashish this question that, with Surya and Gautam, India changed the T20 template.
Yeah.
Under Rohit and Rahul Dravid, it was still the conventional template that there can be an anchor. Virat was the anchor. These guys changed the template, high risk, high reward, etc. And from ball 1. Do you reckon that can be done by any of the women's teams? Any of the women's teams? I mean, India, I understand you don't have that kind of power hitters, except maybe a Harmanpreet Kaur or a Richa Ghosh. Or should they stick to the conventional template?
I think most of the teams have actually changed it, Boryada. If you look at it, be it say for example South Africa. Now Laura Woolward is scoring at 160, 170 every single day, and Laura Woolward was the slowest, probably slowest as far as strike rate is concerned. There's Sunelu. So what the teams are doing is, this is the pattern. You remember in one of the meetings I was talking to you that they are getting, the one of the good technical players up in the power play.
Who stayed at one end.
Yeah, to stay at one end.
So, bit of an anchor. That's what he said.
Yes, but at the same time, when you're coming at the power play, good shots are actually rewarded because there's loads of gaps.
Shubman Gill kind of stuff for Gujarat.
Yes. Exactly. So that is exactly what a Sunelu is doing. Every single day, Sunelu is also and Laura Woolward has taken on.
They have dropped someone like Tasmin Brits at number 3.
Exactly.
Who did so well for them in the last World Cup.
And Tasmin Brits knows only one way to play. That is hit sixes. So I think South Africa has changed that template. This is why they are in the World Cup finals over and over again. India, I am telling you again, in the years to come, because of WPL, will find these places. But yes, absolutely. See, right now, even now, WPL is more about foreign players than overseas players, than about India players, which was the case with IPL also in the beginning. Slowly, that bonanza in women's cricket, it's a little more. Overseas talent.
More time will take.
Yes, it will take a little more time, but eventually I think the T20 template will be shifted.
So now that the thing, let's do for another 5 minutes. Now that all the warm-up games are done, now that it's you can't make mistakes anymore, because you make one bad game
Yeah.
against a relatively weaker opponent. You have South Africa and Australia. Now that you've seen it all, what's your 11? What is your thoughts? Can India make the semi-final?
Tough question.
Very, very difficult question. I think it depends. If South Africa loses against Australia in their first game,
Yeah.
then I think India's chances of making the semi-finals becomes better. But if Australia loses against South Africa in the first game, then it will be very difficult for India to make the semi-final. Very difficult. Because if South Africa loses, then the India-South Africa match becomes
That's a knockout.
knockout for them.
Yeah.
So then South Africa under pressure might crumble. But Australia doesn't crumble under pressure. So if Australia loses against South Africa, we are in no advantage. So that's a bit of a problem. And I think,
I mean, there are always these two thoughts, right? That you play. Some people will tell you that I want to play the tougher opponents at the start of a
Yeah.
competition. Some will say, no, I want to get in and then play the tougher opponents. For example, I remember during the Paris Olympic Games, Gopi told us that Laksha needs to play Christie at the start,
Yeah.
because Christie at the start of the tournament, you take him out. But the moment he gets into the tournament, he gets into his own. And Laksha took Christie out. What is this thing? I mean, India is playing Netherlands, India is playing Pakistan, and then India obviously will play South Africa. But at least you got 2 games to get into groove. Is that a good scheduling for India? Birmingham, lots of Indian support.
Yeah.
India, Pakistan, both countries, but India will have a lot of support. Leeds, oh boy. Even if it's Netherlands, it will be 99% India. Manchester, I don't see there'll be one South African supporter. It'll be an Indian takeover. Everybody from Karimai will come over. Lords, I think even Lords, with the kind of Indian diaspora now, at Lords against Australia, I think it will be an 80-20,
Yeah.
90-10 India crowd. So I think the scheduling works for India in that sense. But do you think they should have played, say, Australia up front or anything like that?
No.
absolutely no.
Considering current
I think-
form, there is
yeah,
no
considering
chance.
current form and the fact that India does take a little time to adapt. So
That
I'm
happened in the ODI World Cup.
Exactly. So that's why I think the scheduling plays to our advantage. As I said, there's a super chat. Let me take that. Arre. Korea, why did not give it this? Okay.
Always.
Yeah, so the question is somehow I can't take the question, but the question is, Boria, why did Gargi leave ref sports?
Yeah.
Because people work and people leave.
So the reason that she had given us was her father was extremely unwell, and we, being one of the most supportive organizations, instantly relieved her of her duties, including her notice period.
Yeah.
So if somebody's family or a close one is unwell, that's what you need to do as an employer or as the editor. So the day she asked us, we instantly let her go, and all of us wish her well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's that. Well, before closing it out, I think the warm-up games and the England series, has put more questions, Nehashish, than answers.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
now that Richa Ghosh has got it, do you think Amol Mazumdar will kind of sleep a little better?
I think in terms of Richa's form, I think he will be happy after today's game that okay, at least
Yeah.
she has scored some runs. But I think there are a lot of questions regarding Jemima's form, regarding Smriti Mandhana's form. I think they have not been chipped in with a good score at all. Especially forget consistency, not even 1 or 2 good scores, even in the series
Smriti
as
has
well.
not performed since the South Africa. Smriti has not performed since the South Africa tour, and that is a huge thing because Smriti
And same
Mandhana.
kind of dismissal
And
again and again.
that's the bigger problem. Today I asked him
Yeah.
that, okay, tell me, how do you think, he was on the flight, right? So I asked him, tell me, how do you think Smriti got out? He was like trying to sweep the spinner. That's how she got out.
But if that is the case, clearly, and you guys have analyzed this time and again, then there is a pattern. If there is a pattern, there is a solution. Why is that solution not happening with somebody as good as Smriti Mandhana?
This is the problem because we have seen
Yeah.
her doing, she analyzes her batting very closely.
Yeah.
With every, in every net session, she analyzes every ball after playing, talks with the coaches and see the videos as well.
Mm.
But after all of this, every time, same mistake again and again. So this is a very tough question to answer, that why it is happening.
Yeah, I
again
mean,
and again.
even for Harman today, the top
Yeah.
page, a slash cut top page, it was in the ODI World Cup as
In
well.
that zone always.
So I don't know. I mean, and honestly speaking, if anybody tells me they're not working hard, then they are joking. Because I can see, I have attended, I think, the maximum practice sessions. They are training. They come 1 hour early. One day, the practice was supposed to start at 2, and I was informed that the team is reaching by 1, so you come early.
I think India will now get its act together because the mascot has come. The man
Yes.
behind India's World Cup win has landed in England.
I was also there.
Yeah, so you alone can't do the job. Clearly, you needed your partner here. So now that partner is here, India will get it. But to close, Trisha, give the viewers the details. When are the team expected to come? When is practice? Give the schedule in Birmingham.
Yes, so the team is reaching tomorrow evening, and then the first practice session in Birmingham will be on the 12th. It's on the Edwards ground. It's obviously not on Edgbaston, because Edgbaston will have the World Cup match. And 13th, there will be another practice session. Then 14th, of course, is the game.
13 will be pre-match at Edgbaston itself,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And 12 they will tell us where the venue
Yeah,
is. So,
it's some Fidel Edwards or something which he said. I did not understand.
but just take the address and then we can go and cover. So
Tomorrow we have to get our
correct.
accreditations. Yeah.
have a chat with Chris and we'll sort that out. Okay, so clearly, as you guys have seen, I mean, three of us here, we will be there right through the World Cup. I mean, this was always a commitment that all of us will land up in, and plus Rohit and Amit Shah will also join, but they will do the men's tour.
Yeah.
So it's not as if we are going to concentrate on one and ignore the other. So Ireland onwards, Rohit and Amit Shah will do the men's. The three of us will do the women's. And
CWG. Don't forget, because
CWG
Rohan
will
keeps
be massive.
reminding me.
Rohan will join us in London at Lords on the 19th, and then Trisha, me, Rohan, we will all go to the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. We've just done a recce. You will see a special show from Glasgow on the 23rd. I spent 3 days in Glasgow trying to check out the venues and everything. So all on-ground reportage from Rev Sports will continue. That's the plan, and good to see both Trisha and Snehashish here. Trisha will now, in Birmingham evening, give Snehashish a bit of a tour.
Yes, and Snehashish has come with a list.
Yes.
So they definitely have to
First
take
thing
him
is
around.
get him a sweater.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, guys. Do like, share, and subscribe. And we will be back tomorrow again with 3 more shows, 2 more pieces. Because somebody in the comment section was asking, where can we read the pieces? You can read the pieces in Rev Sports website. And Shorjani, I think, has requested that you guys should read her pieces as well. So a request from her side. Thank you so much, guys, and see you.